Hey everyone, it's baze.djunkiii from Hamburg, Germany, back with a new video, and well, back with a new unboxing video because I received mail recently, not a surprise, but a vinyl package, so something that doesn't come in that often anymore, which is a pity, which came in from a guy from Austria called Alfred Wilhelm, and as the name tells me, this might be some sludge metal maybe, or something similar, because well, that name is associated with like the BLOODSHED666 records label, and their releases like with bands like Isolationism or Phalanx and stuff, and he has sent me stuff in the past, and now a new package coming in, super lovely. I'm going to dig into this quickly because, well, I don't know where my time went, but I went to IKEA today, like to buy like a new 4x4, no 2x2 Kallax shelf because things and stuff, and assembled this quickly, and I've gotten like pretty good at that and pretty quick at that. I only go by with 2x2s, not for vinyl, but for other things, because those are in case I move out of this place at some point. Easily to handle, and you don't have to unassemble these and like put them together, so you can like basically transport them with two people and just use them as they are, once again, without any assembly hassle and stuff. So, and they're easy to carry, like without any like a trolley or something like that. So I'm going with those, and there's so much to do. I had like promos, not really promos, but some like people sending me their albums, people I know, and I have to listen to those. Still, there is the record collection I'm taking over, which is quite a tedious process to listen to everything on that, but or in that collection. But those records are up for sale on Discogs as well. Then there is like new stuff to consider for the label. Then there is other things to do. Then there's work at the nightlife shift. So I don't know how to handle and balance all these things anymore, and I feel the records I need to listen to as well are stacking up here, and I have to find like a solution to like reduce work time and have more time for like music projects and other things, but this is just a side note. So let's dive into this quickly here. Seems to be one album in there maybe, so let's have a look. And also I do need a new phone because, well, my phone is like quite a cheap one, a trashy one. I needed one quickly and at some point, and it is 4 years old right now and it's getting super slow. So if anyone has an idea how to, without getting into the weeds of like the back programs of a phone, to like excel the performance of some cheap phone, please let me know in the comments as well. But now let's dive into this extremely nicely packaged thing. So we got some protective cardboard, which I will use for Discogs orders for sure, an album, some press release here, and this is an empty box which will also be reused for the next Discogs order, I guess. And what we got here is Pulverine 2 or second on BLOODSHED666 records. The 26th release, limited to 300 copies, released on May 1st. So here is a press release, two-sided or double-sided, and there is a little like note on here which says or like mentions that there is no sludge and guitar stuff, but something that might be more in my realm of expertise. Well, I love the stuff they released with Desolat and Phalanx and stuff, but this seems to be an electronic record by a band called Pulverine, or a project, as I said. This is limited to 300 copies. Two people in there, so it's a duo, Otto Horvath and Daniel Schatz. Otto Horvath is doing like both noise and vocals, or like vocal techniques on here seemingly, and the name is really familiar to me. Is there another guy, Daniel Horvath maybe? Also another guy with that name, which has released on the label, which had only one release, which was run by Eva Casal which was like a super interesting German female DJ, which played a lot of wonky techno and like more experimental broken techno stuff, which I heard once at the Click, and we really clicked, kind of like I had a good chat after that and after her set, but then she kind of disappeared to Palestine and went super political, I guess. So I don't know, but the name Horvath is really familiar, and it might be on that label. I have to look that up anyway. But Horvath is a singer. He plays like brass instruments and lives somewhere in between like Innsbruck, Berlin, Budapest and Vienna. Does a lot of things with microphones and effects and like alterations of vocals actually. And Daniel Schatz is a songwriter, singer and guitar player, also working as Elsa Tutsi in the mini band, works with like graphic design, and also is like a part of a kind of studio collective that is called Primitive Studios in Vienna. He worked with a lot of artists like Mats Gustafsson, Ken Vandermark, Christoph Kurzmann, Didi Kern and others. And now they are like releasing an album as Pulverine, and this is a project they've been working on for like 15 years. Not the album in particular, but the band project duo thing. Pulverine has existed for like more than a decade, like 15 years, 1.5 decades. Seems to be a 6-track album. There is some notes here about the records and how this came to be, but well, I'm gonna read through this in detail. This is sealed, so I'm gonna open this, and this doesn't look like an electronic record. This looks more like this could be like also jazz maybe, like, or something totally different like songwriter stuff, but apparently this super unelectronic looking album is an electronic experimental release. So I am very curious. There is some info on there, and also a long list of like thank yous and stuff, which I'm gonna dig into. Some interesting track titles on here. Fetter Löwe, which does mean like fat lion, right wrong, but right in terms of writing, not in terms of like right hand side or something. Octopus Woman, Blood Dracula and stuff. Interesting covers here, photos here as well, from what seems to be live performances. And we have like some piano in here, some by probably a Japanese person, which is Rieko Okuda. Teresa Riemann on vocals, Antti Vitaranta on upright bass, so there is some element of jazz in here. B-side is recorded live at a kind of castle, at Castle Rothschild in a small town called Weidhofen an der Ybbs. Ybbs is a small river, I guess, not like a big one, but more like a, I don't know how big the Ybbs is, but doesn't sound big. It's more like a creek or something like that, but definitely in Austria and also in southern Germany there are a lot of like small towns and villages. When they are at a kind of like body of water, they are like named after that as well. So it's not only the village's name, but there's also like an additional suffix, I guess, which defines which village it is in case there are multiple names. There are some thanks as well to Hermann Leitner, the Förderband crew, Lizzie Priehofer and Alfred Wilhelm. This is interesting. Also where I like the kind of, I hope you can see this right, this kind of bohemian wine glasses, and then you got the tires down there, which is a totally anticlimactic, I guess. Let's find out how what the vinyl looks like. I never heard of Pulverine, by the way, as a group or as a project. Super clean. Minimalistic artwork, that's how I like it. That's the label's catalog number 026, as I said. Actually 2 days old. And maybe... no. I don't have any clue who pressed this or who cut this. Because T.O. might be the mastering engineer, but there is no clue about that in the dead wax about the pressing plant, but maybe there's a way to find out. So this one is a beautiful record which is going to be reviewed on my website nightstyles.de in a few days, I guess, as soon as I find the time, maybe next weekend, maybe throughout the next week or so. So sending out a shout out to Alfred Wilhelm once again. Thank you for sorting me out all the time, and well, that's it for now. I'm going to edit this video quickly, put this up on YouTube, of course. Check out my other stuff, my other YouTube channel as well, which I need to update as well, I think, with a new DJ set or like a new old DJ set, because, well, I haven't done this in 4 weeks or so. So lots of things to do. Bass Junkie out. See you in the next one.